Jai Bharat to all students. Some of you students have your last examination starting from 5th June. Okay. So some of the students have completed this semester and they have last theory exam starting from 5th June. So we'll in these two lecture we will study our what we will study in the last semester, like let's say last 2 months. Okay, so we will get the revision of, so you can get the better idea and you will prepare for the university exam. Okay, so today and tomorrow we will study about revision of what we will have discussed till in this semester. Okay, so first of all we start this semester from this vector chapter. Okay, what is the vector and what is a scalar? Okay, vector has a magnitude and direction. Scalar has only magnitude size. Scale. Okay, what is like real life example we see in vector, like velocity, force, momentum. Okay, so this is a real life example we will see in the day-to-day life. Okay, like velocity of let's say if we running start the bike, and we will start the bike and let's say we have speed as a 13 kilometer per hour. In which direction? We will always say in which direction, like north direction, south direction, east direction, or let's say north south direction, southeast direction. Okay, so we will always talk about velocity, force, and with magnitude. This is the magnitude we will, this is the magnitude of bike speed 30 kilometer per hour. But we have always discussed about which direction we were going. Okay, north south east west, north south southeast. Okay, so this is the quantity we have, which represent always with the magnitude as well as direction. But some of the quantity always with the only magnitude, like distance. Okay, distance, your work to home, our work home to classes has a distance 15 kilometer. Okay, we will not discuss this with the direction here. This is only magnitude. So distance, or yes, you can say your mass. Okay, your mass is also, it's a magnitude, it not required direction. So this is the scalar quantity. Speed, mass is a scalar quantity, but velocity, force, momentum, it is a vector quantity, because it will represented with the magnitude as well as direction. Okay, direction, this is direction and magnitude. Okay, now let's say we have to add two vector. Okay, so how do we add? We add two vector head to tail. Okay, one vector as a tail and one vector as a head to tail, which add them as a head to tail. So this is the addition vector of these two, a and b vector, a plus b. Okay, it doesn't matter which order we add them, because always b plus a is equal to a plus b. You can add either 3 plus 5 or 5 plus 3. It is we will get always the same value. Okay, so either you, here you can see that we have start with the a vector, tail of a vector. Here you can see that we have start with the b of tail vector, but we will always get the same answer. So it is not, doesn't matter which we order we add them. Okay, this is example. If a plane is flying in this direction and wind is coming from this direction, so wind will affect in the direction in plane, so airplane will fly in this direction. What is the magnitude of wind? It will depend on magnitude of wind. It is okay, so plane will fly in this direction. Okay, So this is the like this addition of vector, one vector and second vector, and how its addition will apply and which is direction and which is the magnitude. Okay, so this is a real life example of how vector can be used in real life example. Okay, also substituting, it is a same as a addition. Okay, so what is the in real of in vector substitution rule? First we reverse the direction of the vector we want to subtract. Okay, so if we want to subtract a minus b, so what will we do? We get the reverse of the b vector and then we add these two vectors. So what will we get? We will get a minus b. So we will reverse the vector and then after that we will add these two vector. Okay, sorry, this a and this minus b vector we will get, so we will get resultant as a one tail one head a minus b. Okay, so we will reverse the subtraction. Okay, notation, how do we write vector? Vector is often write in bold a or b like this, or a b and above there is a arrow. This is write as a b, a tail and b head. How do we calculate? Okay, there are if we vector, we break up to the vector into x and y. It is a vector, so we can represent it in quadratic system. Okay, so what is the value of here? You can see that this is x value, this is y. So what is the value of this x and this y? So we will break into ax and ay. Okay, in quadratic system. Okay, also we can add vector like this also, ax and ay. Okay, like this is a vector a, this is b, its x coordinate is 8, y coordinate is 30, this is 26, 7. So if we want to add, what we will do? We add x coordinate 8 and 26 and add y coordinate as well, 13 plus 7, 20. Okay, 8 plus 26, 13 plus 7. So we will get the mega addition vector 34 and 20. Okay, as well as it will we will continue with the subtraction. Okay, so here we can say that vector have represent by two method, like one is a magnitude, we already see. Okay, vector, and which other method is like ax and ay. Okay, so we can both write like this. This is the ax and ay form, or here we add like its magnitude. Okay, a and b. Now magnitude of vector. Okay, magnitude of vector is shown by two vertical bar mod a. Okay, as per Pythagoras theorem we can conclude like this. Okay, this is like where is yes, there is, this is the a vector. If we want to calculate magnitude, so how do we calculate? Here it is a x, here it is a y, so we add its square value and after that square root of this addition to value, we will get the magnitude of this value. Okay, it's simple Pythagoras theorem in triangle. Okay, so this is this equation, we can get the magnitude of vector x square plus y square. Okay, it is simple like this. If you want to find out of b vector which is a value of 6 and 8, so what we will do? 6 square plus 8 square, 36, 64, 100, and it is square root of 100 is 10. So magnitude of b is 10. Okay, we already discussed scalar and vector. Scalar is magnitude size like 7.32. Okay, now what will we do? Multiplying a vector by scalar. Okay, multiply the vector m73 by scalar. So it's simple, we will multiply with the both of x and y value. Okay, if we result multiply with 3, then we will multiply both x and y coordinate. Okay, like this, if we want to x and y, okay, and here it is 3. So if we want to multiply both in bracket, so what we will do, it is the value will become 3x plus 3y. It will multiply with both the coordinate. So here also multiplication with scalar quantity, we can get the, we have to multiply with the both coordinate x and y, okay. Multiplying more, if we have here, we have talk about 2 dimension. So now let's talk about more than 2 dimension, 3 dimension. So we which have value of x, y and z. Here you can see that this is x, this is y and this is z. So this is the one of vector which has x coordinate as a 1, y coordinate as a 4 and z coordinate as a 5, like this. So it is the same property addition which we will use in 2D. It is a same will in the 3D vector, okay. If it is a 3, 7, 4, 2, 9, 1. So in addition, what we will do, we add x coordinate, then y coordinate, then z coordinate, okay. So we will get the C vector is a plus b, okay. And how do we find magnitude? In 2D we already discussed what is the equation, x square plus y square. Here it will become under root x square plus y square plus z square, okay. We have to add third direction z, okay. Or also we can subtract with the 4 dimension also. This is a 4 dimension, okay. So you can add anything, any direction, or subtract any direction, 2D, 3D, 4D, okay, in any dimension, okay. Now let's about magnitude and direction. If we have, there are 2 coordinate, one is polar coordinate and one is Cartesian. Cartesian we already know about. What is a Cartesian? It is a x and y, sorry, this is y, this is x, this is x and y coordinate. But in polar coordinate we have to represent them with the angle theta and its magnitude, okay. So in exam sometime you have given the vector which is represented with the angle theta and r. So it will have in polar coordinate. So we want to transfer this polar coordinate in Cartesian coordinate, or if we want to transfer Cartesian coordinate vector into polar coordinate. So how do we transfer? It is a simple equation. If this is a theta and r, okay. Let's say suppose this is a triangle. This is a simple. This is triangle, okay. This is a theta, this is a r. So now we have to transfer this polar coordinate r theta into Cartesian coordinate like x and y. So simple. This is a x also, okay. This is x horizontal, this is y. So you can also have, for a triangle system, cos theta is equal to, what is the cos theta is equal to પાછળની બાજુ divided by કર્ણ, okay, x divided by r, okay. So if you want to find out about x, so x is equal to r cos theta as well as y is equal to r sin theta. So we will transfer this polar coordinate into Cartesian coordinate. It is simple, based on simple cos theta and sin theta triangulation equation, okay. Here also we have value of x and y, and we want to find this r and this angle theta. So we already talk about this r, or this is a magnitude. If you use Pythagoras theorem under x square plus y square, we will get the value of r. And how do we write theta? If you all know that tan theta is equal to Samini and cosine, okay. So it is a y upon x. So if we write tan inverse, so we will get the value of theta, tan inverse y upon x, okay. So So it's based on simple trigonometry form, so we can get the transfer polar coordinate into Cartesian. Also, if we have Cartesian, then we can transfer it into polar coordinate. So, okay. So this is a two coordinate system. We start with the dot product and cross product. Okay. There are two methods to find out vector to vector product. Okay, we already discussed about scalar to vector product. Okay, so now there are two methods for two vector multiplication. One is dot and one is cross. Simple example, let's say if A and B is a vector, if you want to multiply these two vectors, so how do we get? It is a simple equation, is magnitude of vector A multiplication with magnitude of vector B and its angle between them and cos theta. Theta is the angle between them. So this is the equation, okay, of a dot product. Okay, A dot B, magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and into cos theta. Okay. Now let's say if we have x and y direction, we do not have this magnitude value of vector A and vector B. We have represented in x and y direction. So also we can calculate the dot product like this. If we multiply both x coordinate ax into bx plus ay into by. So there are two equations in dot product. You can use anything, but you can get the same answer. Okay, so this is the two equation. Okay, so in exam, you let's say in exam in question you get the value of x, bx, and by. Okay, and after that you have to find what is the angle between them. Okay, so how do we find? So first of all, you can write like this equation and you find A dot B. Okay, and then this value you can put in this equation in which you already have A dot B. Magnitude of A you can get the like ax square plus ay square. Okay, magnitude of B also, then cos theta. So you have three known value and one unknown value. So after that, with the calculation, you can get the value of theta. So with the help of both equations, you have to solve the given question. Okay, so you have to remember both these equations. So now it's same as in. So here it is example with the both method we can get the same result. Okay, so this is now let's say three or more dimension. Simple it is. In two dimension we only multiply with ax and bx. Here we have to multiply with az and bz, so we can get the idea of A dot B. Okay, and other also this formula will remain same, only this formula will change. But here what is the value of mod A? We have to solve like this: x square plus y square plus z square. This is three dimension. Earlier we have discussed about two dimension. It is the same as two dimension. Okay, now let's start with the cross product. Okay, now here you can after vector multiplication of two vector with the help of dot product, you can get the scalar quantity. Okay, some number 2, 3, 4. Okay, some we will get the sum number. But with the help of cross product of two vector, we get the value as a vector product. Okay, so here you can see that dot product gives scalar quantity, ordinary number, but cross product will give the vector as an answer. After cross product we will get the vector. It is a vector product also, we can say that. Okay, and what is the direction of another A cross B vector? So the cross product A cross B of two vector is another vector that is the right angle to both both of these vectors, not only one right angle, but it is a right angle to the both, and like say in different dimension. If it is in 2D, then multiplication of two vector cross product, we get the answer as in another plane, let's say in 3D. Okay, because it has to be right angle to the both. Okay, like this, right angle to the both. Okay, and what is the equation? We can calculate a cross B like mod A mod B into sin theta into n, where n is a unit vector and it is a right angle to the both of the vector. Okay, so we will get the, if we calculate this, so we will get the vector as an answer. Because why? Because here you can see that this is a unit vector, this will get scalar quantity, and we can already discuss, if we multiply with scalar quantity, we always get a vector. Okay, so this n is a vector across B. Here also we have different method to solve cross product. Okay, it's a bit difficult, but it's easy. If you say this is a, you can write x, y and z. If you want to know Cx, cross product of x coordinate, so how do we get? First of all, start with the ay bz. Okay, minus bz and ay. Okay, you can see that if we want to find x coordinate, there are no x coordinate in equation. Okay, now let's say if you want to find z, so you can here write like this. If you want to find y, so here a b, az bx minus ba, bzx bzax. Okay, or let's say if you want to find z, xyz xyz. So if you want to find, then what are the two next x and y coordinate? X dy minus y dx. Okay, so this is a two different method to calculate cross product of two vectors. Okay, which direction? You can use right hand rule. If like this, if it, a direction is this direction, b is in going this direction, so what will be the across B direction? It will always our thumb. Okay, so this is a right hand rule. So this is a dot product and cross product of vector. Let's say our topic, we already discussed vector space. Now how do we record vector space? Okay, so we already discussed that this is a system of linear equation. We can, these types of linear equation we can write like this. Also coefficient of all the equation, all x1 x2 and x3, and this multiple column matrix n is equal to 8 to 7. Okay, also we can write like this. Okay, and also we can write like this. So this is the same linear equation. We can write like this, and like this. Okay, so this is a matrix form, this is a polynomial form, and this is a function form. Okay, so you have three different methods to solve these types of linear equation. Okay, so definition of vector space. Okay, let's start with the first of all field. What is field? Field is a set of f of number with the property that if two of the number belongs to f, then its addition, subtraction, multiplication and division are also in this belongs to f. Okay, so this is called field. Like say this is n, z, q and rc. We have n is a 0, 1, 2, 3. If we say, let's say two numbers 2 and 3, if we add, we can get the answer as a 5, which is already belongs to n. If we subtract, then what we will get? -1. -1 is not belongs to n. So n is not a field. Here you can say z is also not field. Why? If we say, let's say these two numbers 2 and 3, if we division, we will get 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is not belongs to z. So here you can say that q, r and c is also a field. In QRC you can take any two number, and these two number, if you have addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, you can always get the value in belongs to Q, R and C. So you can see that QRC is a field. Okay. And what is the vector space? Vector space consists of set V, okay, and a field F are scalar. Two operation. If let's say you already know about set and subset, okay, union set, okay, it's like this. Also they have vector space. In vector space there are number of vector v, w, x, y, z. There are number of vectors, but how do we say this is a wall containing one union vector space? So they have to some follow condition. Okay, if we add 2 or 3 different vector, so they have to follow associativity of vector addition. Okay, like this, they both have to become same. So then you can say that this all the vector have included in one vector space. Okay, this following condition have to satisfy. Okay, existing of 0 also vector. If we add 0 vector in one vector, then we will get the same vector. Okay, then third condition is existence of negative. If we add its positive and its negative vector, then we will get the 0 vector. Associativity of multiplication, okay, bracket multiplication, okay, distributive condition a plus b into u, then you will multiply with the both these two vectors, au plus bu. Okay, and unitarity, if we multiply one with the vector, we can get the same vector. So this 6 conditions have to follow to be called as a vector space. It's containing all the vectors like x, y, z, u, v. Okay, it is a containing all the vectors, which is known as a vector space. But vector space have to follow this all the condition. All the vector have to follow this all the condition. Then after we can say that this is a vector space. It's also called axiom theory. Okay. Now let's say vector space and subspace. Okay. Vector space we already talked about, and now what is a subspace? Okay. So let's start with the, okay, we already know this definition. U, sum, scalar quantity, okay, standard operation in Rn, 0 vector, negative difference. Okay, this is a vector space. They have to follow this condition. But let's say now what is a subspace? How do we calculate subspace? Okay, now let's okay, this is a space. Okay, subspace. Okay, here what is the meaning by subspace? Means if let's say we have vector v as a space, vector space. Okay, now it's small part, like say we all know what is the value of z, or natural number. We have continued 1, 2, 3 and infinity. Okay, so in this all, this is, let's suppose this is a vector space, all natural number. So let's start with the, if we have one, x is equal to all odd number. What is odd number? Okay, so this is the natural number subspace. It is a small part of the vector space. smallest part, like say odd number, even number. Okay, it does not equal to all the value of 1 to and all the natural number, but some condition. Okay, some smallest part of this, like say 1 to 10 also, you can say that this is also a subspace of natural number n. So this is a vector space and it is a subspace. Odd number, even number and 1 to 10 is a subset. So here also we can say that we can get the better idea of subspace. Say of subset W of vector space V. Here vector space is a V and subset is a W. It's called subspace of V if first of all W itself has to be vector. Okay, under the addition and scalar multiplication defined on V. So we already talked about this theorem. Okay, so in this addition and vector multiplication, these two conditions have to follow, then we can say that W is a subspace of a vector space V. Okay, so in short you have to find out if addition rule is satisfied and multiplication rule is satisfied. If both are conditions satisfied, then we can say that subset W is a subspace of vector space V. Okay, so let's start with the example. This is the two condition. If U and V are vector in W, then this addition is also will be in W, and K is any scalar and U is vector in W, then its multiplication with scalar will also be have to be W. These two conditions satisfied, then we can say that W is a subspace of vector space V. Okay, vector space V. So let's start with example so you can get the better idea. Here S is equal to A00 belongs to R cube and A belongs to R. Here A belongs to R. Now we have to find out if S is a subset of R cube. What is the R cube? R cube means X, Y and Z. Here you can say R, anything you can write. R means any real number. Okay, you can say that 2 by 3, 2, 4, minus 4. Okay, so we have to find out if S, this S is subspace of R cube or not. R cube is a bigger vector space. Okay, so now how do we add? We have to simple add two vectors. Let's say one is A1 and one is A2. We have, let's say U and V vector belongs to S and U has a A1 value and V has a A2 value. Okay, some A1 and A2 belongs to R. So if we add these two vectors U and V, what we will get? A1 plus A2. Now you can see that if we take 2 and 3, if we add these two numbers, so 5 is also belongs to R. Okay, so it is also belongs to S. Okay, now let's say multiplication with the scalar quantity alpha into A1. So if we multiply these two quantity with the minus 5, so it will get the answer as a minus 10. So minus 10 is also belongs to R cube. So here you can see that U plus V and multiplication, both conditions are fulfilled. So we can say that S is a subspace of a R cube. Let's say second example. Let's S is a 3A and 2A belongs to R cube. A belongs to R. So now let's say we take two vector U and V, A1 3A1 2A1, A2 3A2 and 2A2. Let's say we add these two vectors. So what we will get? A1 plus A2 3A1 plus. So you can see that this is the same as a S vector. So addition vector satisfied. If we multiply with the alpha, any scalar quantity, it is also satisfied with the S vector. So we can say that S is a subset of R cube. Here if in example you have given that A belongs to Z, so then this is not, S is a subset of R cube, or let's say N. Okay, so here A what belongs to real number or not, it will depend on that subspace of R. So here is a revision of all the vector. In next lecture we discuss about revision of all the matrix chapter. Okay, here in today's lecture there are it is a assignment question. You have to solve these 3 questions and upload it in a ready-made application. Your revision lecture is completed.